92% of New Year's resolutions
will fail.
But a concept known as choice architecture can help. Stay tuned for a novel way to achieve nothing less than your highest goals this year.
I've been waiting all my life, and it was right before my eyes.
Hey everyone, it's Esabelle and welcome back to my channel. Before we start the video, let's set the stage, so stay with me. Tell me if this sounds familiar. So you have lofty resolutions for this year, and this is going to be your year. But now your willpower is waning, and you're done. A problem that most people have but don't even realize is that we depend on willpower to carry us to our goals. Willpower is actually a limited mental resource, meaning we will eventually run out. How long our willpower lasts depends upon how tired, busy, stressed, and distracted we are, as well as how the people closest to us live. With so many demands on our willpower, it hardly ever lasts long enough for us to establish good habits. But there is hope. Enter choice architecture, which is the concept of organizing the context in which people make decisions in order to influence the decisions that are made. For example, kids in school cafeterias are 25% more likely to eat whatever food is displayed at eye level, even if the eye-level food is stereotypically less appealing than the other choices not at eye level. It doesn't take extra willpower for them to decide. It was a choice made on autopilot. That one change in environment influenced their decisions effortlessly. And you can start making autopilot choices work for you instead of against you by applying choice architecture in your home. This video is going to teach you how to apply choice architecture to structure your living environment in order to help you make wiser choices with less effort. The key is to structure your environment while your willpower is high, so it will sustain you even whenever your willpower drops. And now that you know the basics of choice architecture, it's video time. For help getting out of bed, move your alarm clock where you must get up to hit snooze or off. Once up, you're more likely to stay up. But if you're still tempted to return to bed, you may need an extra boost. For those determined to sleep in, there's Clocky, an alarm clock with wheels that rolls itself off its roost and bumps itself into a different place before sounding again. You'll have to search for it to turn it off, which stands a good chance of thoroughly waking you up. In your kitchen, keep healthy foods displayed on the counter instead of junk foods. We reach automatically for what is visible and convenient, so you'll find yourself eating healthier without even giving it much thought. Same goes for your fridge. Keep the healthier foods at eye and hand level. On the flip side, keep junk food hidden in inconvenient places, like behind cabinet doors on hard-to-reach shelves. You could also buy smaller packages of treats. You're more aware of how much you're eating if you have to open a bunch of packages instead of just mindlessly munching through one large bag. If food is a major weakness, don't even buy junk food and make it available. If you're tempted at the store to buy lots of junk food, some good ways to hold off are shopping only when full, making a list ahead of time of just what you really need, and asking a friend to hold you responsible for your shopping choices. Cooking is a noble goal, but when it comes time to do it instead of ordering out, well... To make cooking more convenient a task, keep your favorite simple yet nutritious recipes on hand in a visible place in the kitchen and/or near your shopping list. As a bonus tip, take a picture of a recipe you want to make so you'll have an immediate list of ingredients in case you have any questions about your shopping needs while at the store. This is especially useful if the recipe calls for unusual ingredients you likely don't own already. Numerous studies demonstrate we automatically fill up whatever size plates we use. If you're dieting and need to lower your calorie intake, use smaller plates, bowls, and cups to slim down. Oppositely, if you want to build muscle, use bigger eating utensils to increase your calorie intake. Setting aside time just for working out is advisable. In addition to a workout time, a great way to work out throughout the day is to slip on some wearable weights when working around the house.
Your muscles will get a good workout and you won't even have to think about it. You'll just be doing your usual thing. Speaking of unnoticed exercise, here's an idea for desk work. Get a standing desk instead of a sitting desk or a desk extension so you can choose if you want to sit or stand. I refurbished an inexpensive crate into a standing desk extension that I can remove if I feel like sitting. For a tutorial on my homemade standing desk extension, check out my morning routine hack video linked in the pinned comment. Many psychological studies found that clutter, even visual clutter, is mentally taxing because your brain is wired to try to process everything in your surroundings. The more in your environment there is, the more your brain has to process. This could even impact your eating. In one study, people in messy kitchens ate more cookies than those in clean kitchens. So clear out that clutter. To help control clutter, set up a dump area by your front door where you are allowed to just dump your stuff when you enter but don't feel like putting everything away properly yet. Because realistically, don't many of us do this? You could make a station for every room if necessary. This place can be allowed to hold clutter temporarily for the sake of keeping the rest of your place clean. This is a bit awkward, but let's face it, this happens. If a man in your household, or you are that man, can't seem to aim properly when using the toilet, it leads to a pretty nasty bathroom. A study conducted at the Amsterdam airport urinals found that having a target picture, in the study it was a fake fly, that men can aim for reduced spills by 80%. So if you or a man in your household struggles with aim, put a waterproof mark in the toilet bowl as a target. You're quite welcome. Please hit that like or dislike button to let me know how you feel about this video, and leave your opinions in the comment section. To learn more interesting facts and hacks to help you live your best life, please subscribe. Hit that notification bell to never miss an episode. To connect with me between uploads, follow me on social media. If you're having a hard time focusing, these hacks are for you. Studies show we have the most mental energy and willpower within the first 2 to 4 hours after waking. If you have an important decision to make, try to focus on it early when you're most refreshed. And you may want to work on setting up these choice architecture hacks in the morning when you have the most willpower to make wise decisions with less emotional bias. Sniff or diffuse essential oils conducive to focus, like peppermint, sweet orange, spearmint, rosemary, or lemon. A diffuser is more appropriate for conserving mental energy since you can start it up and then forget it's running while it supplies you with empowering aromas. Set your internet homepage on a site that won't distract you. Setting it to automatically pop up on a social media page will distract you and keep you from focusing. Instead, try a search engine, your email, if you need to check it daily anyway, a school or business website, or just leave your internet screen neutral. To the same end, take any tempting or distracting apps off the wall of your phone. You don't have to delete them, just hiding them and making them less convenient will help minimize their effect on you. And while working, silence your phone and put it out of sight, unless there is a good reason for having it on. A visible chiming phone is tempting, so just keeping it out of sight keeps it out of mind. Saving money can be a challenge, but these choice architecture hacks are here to help. Soon as possible, set to work designating a cash percentage to each expense. Be realistic and expect this calculation to take a little while. Budgeting is common sense, but it's common sense for a reason. And it's surprising how many people don't actually do it. Knowing how much cash can go to what leaves less room for stretching the budget on impulse buys when the temptation hits. As an extra boost after calculating, maintain separate places for household money to show how much cash is designated to what expense. This way you can actually see what cash goes to what. It may take a little while to establish the habit, but it makes standing by your budget easier. Use cash more instead of your credit card because cash will let you feel the cost of your purchase immediately. To remind you, keep your credit card in a less visible and/or accessible place in your wallet, and cash more visible and convenient. This way, you'll reach for cash more readily when paying. Team up with a friend or family member to motivate each other. It could be as simple as working on goals together, or you could get creative. For example, you could exchange checks payable by a certain date, then the other can cash the check if a predetermined goal is not met. The check will be returned and the money saved only if the goal is met. Thanks for watching. I hope these hacks help you achieve nothing less than your highest resolutions.